playing Rybakina for the first time?
Yeah, I'm happy with my performance. I think I was able to reach a good level of tennis, and I don't think it was an easy win for her. So
Alex Eala just wrapped up her entire Italian Open campaign. And honestly, Rome might have been the best week of her clay court career so far. 3 matches in singles, 2 more in doubles, going up against some of the best players on the planet. And yeah, she didn't win everything, but what she showed at the Foro Italico this week tells you everything about where this 20-year-old is heading. Let me break down the whole thing. Alright, so first the singles. Because before we even get to the doubles, we gotta talk about how good Eala was on that clay this week. She comes in, ranked world number 42, and in the very first round, she bagels Magdalena Frech 6-0 in the first set. Like, just completely bossed the opening set. Frech pushed back in the second, took it 6-3, made things interesting, but Eala grinded it out in the third, 6-4, converting the break on the final service game. 2 hours and 7 minutes. That's a war, and she came out the other side. First career win at the Italian Open after a first-round exit here last year. Rome heard her this time, and she knew it. But here's where it gets really good. Round 2, Wang Xinyu. The same Wang Xinyu who beat Eala in the Auckland semifinals back in January. The same player who knocked her out in 3 sets in New Zealand. 4 months later, Eala comes back and returns the favor. 6-4, 6-3, clean, straight sets. That's a revenge win on the biggest clay stage outside Roland-Garros against an Olympic silver medalist. That's not a fluke. That's a player who learned, adjusted, and came back better. Honestly, that result alone made this whole Rome trip worth it. And then the third round. Oh man, this is where Alex Eala walked into the hardest possible test, Elena Rybakina, world number 2, reigning Australian Open champion, a woman who went 29-6 in 2026 before this match. And Rybakina was so worried about facing a lefty that she actually went and practiced specifically with a left-handed training partner to prepare. She had to game plan for Eala. Let that sink in. The world number 2 was doing homework on this 20-year-old from the Philippines. Now, Rybakina won 6-4, 6-3, and look, I'm not going to pretend that wasn't the right result. Rybakina is an absolute monster right now. 6 aces, 28 winners, and that serve of hers just explodes off the clay in a way that is genuinely unfair. But here's the part nobody's talking about enough. Eala got up 2-1 in the second set. She broke Rybakina to love in the third game of that second set. Against a player with a 29-6 record on the year, against the Grand Slam champion. And Eala just went out there and broke her to love. Like, that's not an accident. That's not luck. That's Eala being aggressive, taking the ball early, doing damage. Rybakina settled back in, won the next 3 games, and that was it. But Eala's own words after the match say it all. She goes, "Yeah, I'm happy with my performance. I think I was able to reach a good level of tennis, and I don't think it was an easy win for her." Not an easy win for the world number 2. That is not a small thing to say, and more importantly, it's true. And then she posted on Instagram after, "Rome heard me this time? Grazie mille," which is just the perfect way to close out a chapter that went exactly the way it needed to. This was the first time in her career Eala reached the third round of a WTA 1000 clay event. Career first. In Rome, against Rybakina. Now let's talk about the doubles, because oh boy, they really did not make it easy on themselves. Eala and Hailey Baptiste, who, by the way, had never played doubles together before this week, came into the Italian Open as last-minute alternates. They weren't even supposed to be in the draw. They got the call after Leylah Fernandez and Elisabetta Cocciaretto pulled out, and Eala literally said she found out about it the same day. So you've got a brand new partnership, 0 matches played together, coming in as alternates. Cool, no pressure. Oh, and who did they draw in round 1? Just the number 2 seeds. Just Katerina Siniakova and Taylor Townsend. Just the hottest doubles team on the planet right now, who won Indian Wells, Miami, and Madrid this year. That trio of titles in a row. These two are genuinely unfair as a doubles unit. Siniakova is ranked number 1 in the world in doubles. Townsend is number 2. And Eala actually knows this pain because 3 weeks ago in Madrid, she and Zeynep Sonmez went up against this exact same duo and got handled 6-1, 7-5. So Eala walked in knowing exactly what was coming. And yeah, 6-2, 6-1, Siniakova and Townsend came out firing. They went up 4-0 in the first set before Eala and Baptiste even got on the board. In Game 5, Eala hit back-to-back points to finally break through and get them on the scoreboard, which honestly felt like a small victory in itself. They split the next 2 games, but Siniakova sealed the first set with an ace of her own on Game 8. Clinical stuff. Second set, same story early. Another 4-0 run. But here's where things got interesting for a minute. In Game 5, Siniakova goes for a ball, hard fall, hits the ground. She goes down at deuce. And I genuinely thought that might shift the whole energy of the match. But Baptiste responded right there, clutch ace on the next point to steal that game. That was the moment. You felt like, okay, maybe something's happening here. It wasn't though, because Siniakova is just built different. She gets up like nothing happened, and then Game 7, 2 consecutive unforced errors from Eala hands Siniakova and Townsend match point. And Siniakova closed it with a backhand smash. Done. Match over. 6-2, 6-1. No shame in that scoreline, honestly, because those two are just operating on another level in doubles right now. They're winning everything. If you want to say Eala and Baptiste weren't at full strength as a fresh partnership coming in as last-minute alternates, I mean, yeah, that's valid. But also Siniakova and Townsend just win like that. That's what the number 1 and number 2 doubles players in the world do. But here's what I keep coming back to when I think about Alex Eala's Italian Open as a whole. She came here to Rome to get better at clay. She said it herself, 4th clay tournament of 2026, using every match as prep for Roland-Garros. Last year in Rome, she lost first round. This year, 3 wins across singles and doubles, a battle with the world number 2, and a doubles run that at least got her more clay time with another high-quality player. She's now 4-4 on clay in 2026, and you can see the progression. She moved better, she competed harder, and she took Rybakina, a woman who has been absolutely relentless this year, to moments of real discomfort. She turns 21 on May 23rd. 21. And she's already ranked 42 in the world, reaching R3 of WTA thousands on clay, breaking the world number 2 in the second set. The French Open starts on May 24th, literally the day after her birthday. And she's reportedly heading to Strasbourg the week before to get even more clay time in. Like, she is not messing around. She is building toward Roland-Garros with purpose, and this Rome week just confirmed that the clay game is genuinely coming. Look, Siniakova and Townsend were always going to be a wall in doubles. You're not beating that team with 0 chemistry and 1 day's notice. That's fine. But what Eala showed this entire week, grinding past Frech in 3 sets, revenge win over Wang, pushing Rybakina to uncomfortable places, then immediately jumping into doubles because she wants more court time that is championship DNA in the making. She's not here to just participate. She's putting in the work, taking the tough draws, learning from every single match, and then posting "Rome heard me this time" on Instagram with the most unbothered energy. Rome did hear her, and if this week is any indication, Roland-Garros is about to hear her too. So here's what I want to know from you. Where does this Italian Open run rank among Alex Eala's best clay performances ever? Is this the best week she's had on clay so far in her career?